being with us. Hang in there with us. Keep the faith. We think we're going to be able to do this tonight. And in the meantime, Jim Timon.
Thank you all very much for being here tonight. We'll stay on the ground if you don't mind. Is that okay? Because all three of us on a little platform is going to be very awkward. Again, thanks for being with us here and bearing with us as we deal with a little bit of weather. We will get both shows for you tonight. But just to kick things off a little bit, to tell you a little bit about the process we've been through over the last 2 years. First of all, with the parade product that you will hopefully see here if the weather cooperates shortly, Universal Superstar Parade has been just a great project for us to bring our character product to life in the streets for our guests in a whole new way. And Laura will be telling you a little bit more in detail about it, but we wanted to really create an experience for the guests that we've never done before. And many of you who have been with us at Universal over the years know that we run parades. We run Mardi Gras for 16 years, our Macy's Holiday Parade for 10 years, but never before have we done a daily parade that's a different type. It's extremely interactive. It's a high-energy parade that throughout the day allows our guests to interact one-on-one and as a family with our characters as we bring our major float units out during the day as kind of small shows and little kind of mini street products, and then come together at the end of the day for a large-scale show production parade that features what we call show stops. The parade doesn't necessarily just roll by you, it actually stops in 2 locations of the park and performs large-scale production numbers. And that show has been now in production for almost 2 years. And with a couple of great partners from Illumination Entertainment and Nickelodeon, and Laura will give you the details about that one. And at the same time, because we're crazy enough to produce 2 major shows at the same time, Universal Cinematic Spectacular. This is the 100th year of Universal Studios, Universal Pictures. And we had a great partnership formed with our friends in Los Angeles at Universal Pictures with the challenge of creating a celebration of 100 years of the best Universal films ever made. And that sounds in some ways like a little bit of an easy assignment that, okay, we'll go through the library, find the 100 greatest films and show them. But we had to do it in a way that had never been done before. We wanted to take it to a whole new level, a whole new scale, and find a way that our guests had never experienced those films. And working with some great partners in technology, some great partners in film editing, and really some great creative talent, we were able to take 100 years of Universal film and bring it to life in a very powerful and emotional way. And I think you'll see tonight that, to me, and to Mike, who directed, it was a very personal project in a lot of ways because we're film fans. We've been here a long time, most of us. And to bring to life the greatest pictures that Universal Studios has ever put forward is something we're extremely proud of. We hope you enjoy it too. So that's enough of an intro for me. We'll take questions at the end, but really I want to turn over to the show directors. These 2 have lived with these projects for the last 2 years and have brought their dedication, vision, hard work to it, and it couldn't happen without the both of them. And Lora Wallace will go first. She was show director for our brand new Superstar Parade. So Laura, you want to go first?
Like Jim said, we are very excited for everyone to see this parade. It's been a labor of love, and it's been so much fun. A lot of people went into putting this parade together. We've been working on it for about 2 years. We started with, we wanted something fun for the entire family. And the different things you'll see in the parade, they were easy choices. Despicable Me, who couldn't love that story in that movie, and everyone kind of connects with one of the characters in it. So very easy choice there. You'll see SpongeBob, Patrick and Squidward, his friends, and all the residents of Bikini Bottom. We have roller skating fish. Along with the SpongeBob float, we also wanted to create an element that if you aren't a fan of SpongeBob, and I don't know why you wouldn't be, we have a silk act off the back of the float. It's beautiful. Those girls do wonderful, crazy things off the back of the float. Then we have characters from Hop, We have a live drum corps. They are brilliant, and they are so fun to watch. We have pogo stick people that do fun and cool stuff on pogo sticks. And then EP actually plays a drum set on top of his float. Then with Dora and Diego, every little kid loves Dora and Diego when they're 2 and 3 years old. You know, we all did. And as you grow up, maybe you don't like those characters anymore, but who wouldn't like tumbling, crazy, flipping monkeys? So we put that with Dora and Diego so that, again, it was fun for the entire family. It's been a long process, but a wonderful process. A lot of people are asking about if there was any challenges. There really wasn't. It was a smooth process all the way through, but lots of people went into it. We've cast over hundreds of talented performers. That was one part of it that I absolutely loved. Being able to put people to work at this time was amazing. All in total, there's over 400 people working on the parade, which is it was a great opportunity for us to give that many jobs. So it was just fun. I'm really excited for you to see it. I really hope the rain will stop. That's the Universal Superstar Parade. I'm going to turn it over to Mike to tell you a little bit about cinematics.
Universal Cinematic Spectacular. To Jim's point earlier, how do you take 100 years of Universal films and put them in a show that is more than just a clip show? Because that's a very easy thing to do. Put all the clips together, show them. Well, how do you create a show that's going to resonate with a guest, that takes them on an emotional journey, using the Universal Library to take that journey? It started very small. 2 years ago, it was initially a revamp of the original 360 show that we had here. We had these spheres that we projected inside. There was some building content. There was some pyro in the sky. So originally it started very small, and then the original goal was to just change the projection surface. So we knew we wanted to kind of move away from the spheres. And that brought us to some technology that is incredible, which are these aquagraphic curtains, and they're brought to us by a company called Aquatique International. These curtains produce a very crystal clear image that we had to see to believe, really. It was amazing. We actually went to Strasbourg, did some tests. We're able to project onto both sides of this curtain. So that's one thing I want to make clear too, because some comments about that it may be reversed on the other side of the curtain. It's not. Both sides of the park are seeing the exact same image. And that's the amazing thing about these curtains, is that we are able to project a true image of Universal's film library. So we knew we had the curtains. Knowing that the centennial was coming up, we kind of wanted to up the ante a little bit. And that was to kind of maybe use the full entire lagoon. The original show was really sectional. It was really about the spheres that how they were placed in the lagoon. We wanted to kind of connect those dots. So we used some fountain technology to do that. And the fountains really act as a support to our film edit that we've created. They are driven mostly by the music during the show. You're going to hear sweeping scores from some of the most classic Universal pictures imaginable: E.T., Back to the Future, Gladiator. So all of these fountains are driven by those notes and those pieces of music that kind of give us our emotional value during the show. And that emotional value for the show is simply what one feels when they see a movie. When you sit in a theater and you are taken to another place. That is an incredibly powerful thing. We've all experienced it. Anybody that goes to a movie, this is something that we all experience. For any good movie that comes out. You sit there and you are brought someplace else. You are living with those characters. You are feeling exactly what they're feeling. And that was the emotional toll we wanted to kind of place onto the show. That our guests are experiencing those same emotions through each and every step of the show as they journey through 100 years of heroes, 100 years of horror, laughter, good versus evil, triumph. You're really going to go on a journey tonight, and it's really projecting the legacy of Universal Pictures. I want the guests. We all want the guests to walk away recognizing the vast library that Universal Pictures has, and we think we've achieved that. And it's a brilliant show. It is the biggest lagoon show we've ever produced to date. And everybody involved, the technical teams on both of these projects have been just amazing. Again, one team, 2 projects at the same time. Unprecedented for our group. And at a scale that we've never done before. So the Lagoon Show is one piece of a great experience that our guests are going to have here at Universal.
So because these guys are great entertainers as well as my friends, could we just please give them some applause for the work they've been doing? So I'm going to stand over here and try to take some questions. So unfortunately, there's not a mic in the audience. I'll point at you, and if you can just kind of help us with your voice a little bit. I'll tell you two quick things first. I just took a phone call from my favorite local meteorologist. He's promising that it's going to get better out there. I walked outside for you guys too. There's some sunlight coming through, so we'll be in good shape.
Good.
The other thing I'll ask Timothy wants to address, the parade's spectacular, but these guys are going to have to make some safety decisions for the performers as part of the parade. What you'll see tonight, they may have to basically say, hey, if you're on a pogo stick, not so much tonight. So they're going to make some decisions about what the performers can and can't do, so just know that as you watch the parade, please. That said, you're still going to get a great show. Are there any questions? Hi.
Roughly up from something. What time does the parade run every day?
Daily, it's going to run about 5 p.m. Every day.
And you said that it's going to stop in 2 spots in the park. So why is that? And how you going to make that everybody is going to show the parade and launch that?
It's going to travel through a large portion of our park, but those 2 show stops are in the biggest sections of our park that the most people we can fit in. The show stops were just basically to give our guests another huge theatrical experience, and that's what it is. It really is. If you've seen it yet, some of you have. When people are watching it, it was great to walk down and hear the comments. Oh my gosh, what's going on down there? What's happening over there? Wow, look at it all. That's what we wanted our audience to take away, is that wow factor. That they'd have to come back and see it again in a different location to capture everything. But it'll travel then to Hollywood and do the exact same thing that it did in our New York street. So you won't have to go across the park and you won't see 2 different shows. You'll see the exact same show.
And Raphael, what you'll notice tonight when you watch the parade come by is it's a full show, even as it's rolling. So our guests are going to have a great time, even as the parade is in motion. Any other questions? Hi.
Do you know yet what will happen with the parade when Mardi Gras or Macy's starts? Will it go away, or?
That's a really good question. What will happen with the parade when Mardi Gras and Macy's start? The design of the program right now calls for all of our parade programs to be able to run in rotation. So, for example, we go into a Mardi Gras program. Our Mardi Gras parades run on Saturday nights. So the Superstar Parade would be able to run the other nights of the week, Mardi Gras on Saturday. So that's our theory. We'll try when we get there, I guess. We'll see if that works. Macy's will be a little bit of a different animal because Macy's is a daily parade. So then we'll have to decide, are we going to run 2 different parades during the day? One Superstar, one Macy's. We honestly quite haven't gotten to that hurdle yet. That's still in planning. But we'll figure it out. I'm pretty sure.
More questions? Hi.
Obviously, the rain has delayed things a little bit tonight. It's going to be dark by the time the parade goes on. Is this parade designed to be seen ever after dark?
Oh, yes. It is beautifully lit. That's one thing when deciding the time of day. We were like, oh, maybe you're not going to see all those beautiful lights. But it can run in complete darkness, as we've been running in complete darkness for the last 3 months. It is absolutely breathtaking, all the lights that are on the floor.
Other questions? Once? Twice? Okay, guys, thank you so much for being with us tonight. Enjoy some more food and beverage. We'll keep you posted on when things are going to start outside. So have a great night. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.